That's right.
Mic check one. Whiskey 61 edition of the Out of Bounds Show brought to you by Nate Dogg and Briarwood Wine and Spirits.
Yeah, brought to you by Lucy.
What?
There's no way to know.
That's just completely beyond him.
No.
Lord. That garbage. All right, here we go.
Nate, give me a mic check.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Okay, fellas.
I like this fill. We'll figure out what we'll do as far as the final. Well, there won't be a final. We move around all the time. But this is cool. What's that?
Yeah, this is fun.
All right. So you can hear us a little pretty good.
Yep.
I like this. We can do a bunch of tastings here.
I like it. It looks really good on TV.
Food.
Take a picture with your phone right now, please.
Sure.
That way I can send it to Elijah Craig and Four Roses and Barry are all competing.
Some kind of fucking taste. It's like got cinnamon in it. I don't know why.
Bacon spices. It's normal.
Is it?
Yep.
Here, I'm gonna act like I'm drinking.
Is that another barrel?
Who are you sending? Who are you sending this to?
Huh?
Who are you sending this to?
Did you already drink out of this?
No.
I'm sending all of it to all three that are competing for the 20.
Here, just let me hold that while you take this picture.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's so cute. Just in case next time I need a bar towel.
Perfect.
This is dope. I love this. This looks great.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
And honestly, I like the way that
No, that works. Of course,
it works.
Wilderness Trail's going away, but we can just get another one.
I can
You can take that home because they're no longer on.
Oh, where?
They're out.
Oh, shit.
They
You
couldn't
mean,
get their shit together.
you mean Blur Wilderness Trail out?
You can't see it. All you see is small.
Oh, no, I don't give a
all
shit.
you see is all you see is small batch down.
Technically, they're under contract through 12/31.
Yeah.
I wish them the
Okay,
best.
cool.
I mean, look, man, that rye juice they have is good. They just had. All right, are we? Oh yeah, we need to.
Here, can I have that towel? That you,
This looks
Yeah.
good.
You can hang on to it.
yeah, I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need it to just so we don't make a
I
mess.
love the openness. This is good.
I've got the wild turkey.
This
Look,
is-
where's your whiskey glass?
Right here, bud.
Okay.
This is going to bring a whole new dynamic element to the show, which we've needed for some time. And this is the Bang Bang Play.
Not to be confused with Bang Bang.
Or it could be.
I think this is last year's that we're just going to combine with, but we're going to have like it's this year's. But it's good. I mean, Nate knows how to pick barrels.
I do.
How do you pick a bear? How do you even do that?
It's awesome. You pick them like this, and Nate does the whole thing and go all the way down the line. It's a fun experience.
I'd like to be part
And then they let you whittle. You slowly go from 7 to 4.
All right, welcome into the Whiskey 61 edition of the Out of Bounds Show, brought to you by Briarwood Wine and Spirits, Bowbounds, Nathan McCarty. Nathan owns Briarwood Wine and Spirits. We decided to do a little wine Thanksgiving tasting and also hit Nate's new Russell's Reserve barrel pick that he's got at Briarwood Wine and Spirits.
No, that was a collab. You don't have to sell yourself short. That's Briarwood Wine and Spirits
And Out of Bounds.
Out of Bounds.
Okay, cool.
It's
I was there. I was
it's a
lucky to
collab.
be there.
He was present.
Nice.
And Nate and Jimmy and the other crew, and we had a great time picking it out. And it's called Bang Bang Play, Russell's Reserve Barrel Pick, and it's at Briarwood Wine and Spirits right now. It won't be there long, especially with the weather.
going, breaking, and which is wonderful for Nate and everybody in his business. So real quick, we set this up. We're going to taste some wines for Thanksgiving. I'm going to let Nate take over here in a minute. We started Sports and Corks like 17 years ago, and Nate and I were a little ahead of the curve on wines, and now so many more people are drinking and enjoying wines. So Nate, welcome to the show again, and I'm going to let you start off with whatever you want to start off with today.
Sure. Like we talked about, we were going to bring some wines to the show this week that are going to be great with Thanksgiving food, because obviously that's the next big eating event that we all have coming up. People like to have good wines to go with their food and alcohol to help them deal with their family. So
No doubt.
so we kind of get the old two birds with one stone with this one. So I brought three. They're all extremely food-friendly wines. They're all delicious, as you'll see in a moment, and all three of these are kind of right at $25. So they're
Perfect price point.
yeah, perfect
Good.
price point. And so we'll just start off with the first one. You hear a lot of people talk about, I don't like Chardonnay.
Oh,
And that is generally true until they try French Chardonnay, which is what this is. So really, when somebody says they hate Chardonnay, what they're saying is that they hate New World Chardonnay or California Chardonnay. Not to generalize California, but that's where that really
buttery
style came from.
Right.
But that is not the nature of the grape.
Yeah.
That is something that is done to the wine to make it taste that way. It gets some of it from the age that it sees in oak, and then it also goes through a process called malolactic fermentation. And that is where they turn the naturally occurring malic acid in the grape juice and flip it to lactic acid. So you think of lactose, milk,
Yeah.
creamy, buttery. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
where
yeah.
that's where all of that comes from. It's more of a mouthfeel than it is a flavor. But French Chardonnay, which this is Burgundy. So the French don't put the varietal on the label. They put where it's from on the label, and that tells you what grape it is.
Okay.
So white Burgundy is Chardonnay, red Burgundy is Pinot Noir,
I got it.
without exception. And this one doesn't see any oak, so it's stainless steel fermented.
Crisp.
Yep, and that, I'm glad you said that. That is the key to great wine, or great pairing of wine with food, is the acidity.
I could not agree more.
It's the acidity in the wine that makes things in the food sing, and vice versa. Like one of the things that sage, for instance, is a really popular spice herb during the holidays and all that. All three of these wines work great with sage.
I like where you're going there.
Yeah.
This is really good, and it's fresh, light, and like you said, it's not heavy and buttery. Good
No.
job. I'm not surprised you're a sommelier. Leslie's a sommelier. Y'all know good wine. This would be perfect in so many different dishes for Thanksgiving.
Oh, everything. I mean, obviously turkey. I mean, any white meat.
Also, if you're cooking fish.
One of the big misnomers is you drink white wine with fish, red wine with meat, and that's just not really true. I keep it in much simpler terms. If you are eating something you like and drinking something you like,
You're winning.
You're winning.
Okay. I'm glad you pointed that out.
Yeah, I mean, there are subtleties or aspects of wine that you do try to match up with specific things in a dish if you're doing a pairing. But that's just knowing the intricacies of the wine that you're drinking, as well as the dish that you're pairing.
Sure.
So I mean, this one works.
But
this one works great.
people drink white wine at Kessler Prom.
100%.
Of course they do.
Because I don't know if you
And they don't have to be eating the halibut to drink
No.
a French white wine
And
at Kessler.
I don't know if you've had their crab cake. It is the best crab cake I've ever had.
So good.
And
I can't believe you just said that because I hadn't had it in a couple
And
months.
this wine,
Would ball.
totally, yeah. I mean, the nature of the sauce that Scott puts on that dish does allow for a fuller-bodied Chardonnay to work well with it,
Sure.
without muting it. But something like this, it's got good, clean acidity. You know, it gets your salivary glands going.
Wow, that's
all
good.
of that goes towards a nice pairing. And just as a little nod, a Mississippi note, in Hemingway's novel Paris is a Movable Feast.
Oh, here we are.
He references white Burgundy as a must for meals. In that, I mean, so this isn't a new concept.
That's beautiful.
So white Burgundy is going to be Chardonnay.
That is fine. For
And-
$25 all day
And
long.
there are single, I guess what we would call single vineyards of Chardonnay, like Macon Village, Chablis, Pouilly-Fuissé. Those are all things you've probably heard. Especially Pouilly-Fuissé gets really popular around the holidays. All of those are Chardonnay. Some of those will have more body than this, just
Right.
because of the nature of the specific region they come from and whatever the winemaker may do to it. But generally speaking, white Burgundy is going to be a leaner style, very much like this, which makes it perfect for food.
I just found one of my favorite white wines. Nate Dogg in the house. We'll do a little presentation here.
Yep.
How about that? Briarwood Wine and Spirits, Whiskey 61 edition of the Out of Bounds show. All right, Nate, what's
And that
what's
one's
next,
by
my man?
Vigneron de Bouchy
Okay.
is the name of it. But we definitely have that. We'll do a little rinse here.
That's
Isn't that great?
yes. It's fantastic for day drinking. My gosh.
So this one will go to some sparkling.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah.
Try to pour it so you don't get too much explosion on there and keep some of those bubbles intact.
Bubbles. Man,
I love them.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Brunch, late lunch, and like you said, Thanksgiving. What do we got here, Nate?
So this is the Bally Lapierre Crémant de Bourgogne. So champagne, and when I say champagne, I mean like true champagne, can only come from the Champagne region of France. Any other sparkling wine that comes from France that's not from Champagne will be called Crémant. And that's just the way that their laws over there are very strict. It's also a little bit of a nod to the creaminess that you get in some of that, which is kind of toasty and all that. But rosé, whether it be still or sparkling, is your secret weapon for food.
Yes, it
because
is.
it literally goes
So glad
with
you told
everything.
me that 10 years ago.
And sparkling is festive, and it also makes it great with very specific foods. For instance, soups. Sparkling wine and soups are a laydown. It doesn't matter what the soup is.
I love this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other one is, and this will appeal to us as Mississippians because we fry everything. Fried food.
Fried oysters.
Fried oysters, fried
Flash
chicken.
fried.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness,
Fried
Nate.
chicken, French fries, anything fried in sparkling wine.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I'm buying one of these from you for next week.
But see, that one's,
I hadn't even thought
so
about this.
some
in a
people
while.
would take a sip of that and go, that tastes sweet to me. Especially coming from what we just tried, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not sweet. I mean, it is sweetness, a little bit of RS, what we call residual sugar, but that sweetness is really coming from the ripeness of the grapes. It's
Okay.
like a natural sweetness, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's not preservative driven.
Correct.
Okay.
And all French wines and Italian wines, for that matter, are all organic. Their laws don't allow for any kind of preservatives or additives or anything like that to be added. Can't flavor with wood chips, nothing.
So I was thinking, Nate just now, plus these two with oysters and both charbroiled, raw.
Man, this thing with
Are you kidding me?
This thing with charbroiled oysters will set your soul free.
Okay, so
I
and
mean-
really good flash fried oysters. Goodness
Yeah, I mean
gracious.
it works good with.
Like that fried oyster salad that Jeff Good does at Bravo. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
With this?
Yeah. lay
Over.
down. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it works great with salty food, savory food, cheeses, appetizers.
These are with charcuterie boards.
Oh.
Home run.
Totally.
Over.
Yeah.
Great call, Nate.
So this is actually
surprised.
made from red grapes.
Okay.
So that's the other thing. So
It's like-
so in Champagne, and I'll use Champagne as the model because that's their kind of Francis King of sparklings. There's 3 grapes that go into making Champagne, and one of them is white.
Okay.
The other 2 are red. It's Pinot Noir and Pinot Meunier are the varietals. It's just how they are processed, not in a bad way. How long they're left how long they're left intact with the skins. All of that is what determines the color, the sweetness, the tannic
great.
level, all of that kind of stuff.
You nailed it. That is and I didn't think about the fried food.
Yeah, it's
Fried oysters, fried shrimp. Like you said, even really high quality fried chicken. Good Lord.
I don't really care about the quality of fried chicken.
You just well,
If
I mean,
it's- if it is
this
fried chicken-
He's got the Popeyes app, and he's debating ordering. I didn't know this. Popeyes is now doing. Would you say turkeys?
Yeah, right.
Popeyes is doing turkeys for the holidays.
What do
and
you
could-
call in the restaurant?
Popeyes?
Okay.
He loves Popeyes.
Pie pies? Like pie pies?
Oh, am I saying it different?
No, I just
Is it Popeyes?
I don't. It's Popeyes.
Popeyes. All right, anyway, the point is
Sound like you want. I want pies.
Popeyes. Maybe I was saying it too fast. Popeyes. He's got the app and he's thinking about ordering a turkey for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like why is there?
I love it.
Why is there?
I love it.
Why is there any question about
Okay.
that?
All right, you're 2 for 2. I'm not surprised. Nate Dogg.
I can't quit drinking that one.
Well, yeah, we could really get going, but
so good.
and then order fried oysters from somewhere. Nate Dogg on the Out of Bounds Show, Whiskey 61 edition, brought to you by Briarwood Wine and Spirits.
Man, it's old school sports and courts kind of.
Well-
except we're not sitting at a booth at the old alumni
At the
house.
alumni house
Yeah.
with
Before we even had before there was a studio.
I know it.
The AM days.
That's right. That was AM.
That was AM.
God, we didn't go FM till 2009,
9:30.
and we survived 2003 to 2009.
AM 9:30, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, for what we had then, that was a cool studio.
Oh,
mean, this is-
when they built
this is awesome.
No, when they built that studio in Alumni House, do you remember how excited? I mean, it was like next level,
Mm-hmm.
and it was.
This
Not even. I mean,
Rush was right across
where
from
you
us.
are, it was like me. It was like me and you,
That's right.
and then Rush.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That was
man.
good stuff though. So
Good
so
job
we did,
on
yeah,
that.
Thank you. So we did the white Burgundy, the Chardonnay. We did a rosé sparkling.
Which is both are delicious. That is.
And again,
I'm
remember
getting a bottle
y'all,
of that.
rosé is your secret weapon if you're taking wine to a dinner party. It doesn't matter if it's still or
And it's your
sparkling,
secret weapon with a female.
because
That's
it goes with everything.
she'll.
So you don't have to worry about what kind of food are they going to have. Is this going to work good with it? Are they going to like it? Like, if somebody takes a sip of that and says they don't like it, then
They're out.
Bye.
They're out of
Yeah.
the party.
Yeah.
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 I love that.
So I brought a
I'm
red.
so glad you brought. I didn't know what you were bringing, and I didn't think about this. Great call.
Well, so I brought a red because we know everybody likes the red. Did you get a little rinse?
Yeah, I think I did.
That's fine.
All right, cool.
So this is a wine that
Ooh.
the name you will recognize.
Hello.
So that is Beaujolais.
Sure.
And you hear Beaujolais mentioned around this time of the year every year.
Right.
But what you're hearing is Beaujolais Nouveau or Nouveau Beaujolais is typically what people are referencing when we get into the holidays. And that's because So Beaujolais, again, we mentioned they don't put the grape on there. They put the region it comes from, and that tells us the grape. So Beaujolais is the region, and as a result, we know that the red grape there is Gamay, which is the grape. And
I've heard of that, but it sounds cool.
And Beaujolais Nouveau is Gamay harvested. The difference is it is bottled within 2 to 3 weeks of it being harvested. Wow. So it sees no age, no oak, nothing. Just straight Beaujolais like this is available year round. It does see oak. They do treat it the way that they would treat other wines and the aging process and the way that they construct it and all of that. So it's very different in style than Nouveau Beaujolais, but it's made from the exact same grape.
It's damn good.
Yeah. So I mean, the thing about Gamay that's so nice is it's light, it's fruity, it's got acidity. And those two together, like we mentioned with the acidity on the first two, makes it great with wine. I mean, with food.
Yeah, you're talking about a great.
Yeah, so that appeals to the Pinot Noir drinker.
Absolutely.
It's not very tannic at all, but it has good acidity. It's bright, it's fresh, it's ripe.
So while Jackson Meadows,
they're not meant to age though. So whether Beaujolais, Nouveau Beaujolais, whatever, if you buy Beaujolais, drink it.
okay.
Pinot Noir can age. It's a finicky grape in general, and some of the greatest wines in the world are Pinot Noir, and they age well. Gamay, not so much.
Okay.
It really needs to be drank.
And this is around 25.
These are all like $25.
That is.
I mean, I think one's $24.99, one's $25.99, and one's
great.
$26.99. So they're all. If you get a case, you get a discount, and they'll all be right around $25.
So Briarwood Wine and Spirits. These
So
are
this, I mean,
wonderful.
ham.
Yeah.
I should have done this. I should have gone to Piccadilly yesterday and gotten a turkey and dressing plate lunch.
All right. Well, next time we'll do
because a bite of dressing with cranberry sauce in it, and it's
Over.
done.
And let me just tell you something. Sweet potato casserole. Are you kidding me with this? No, I was thinking that too. And you know what else I was thinking with this is deviled eggs.
For sure.
Good grief.
Because they're rich.
Yeah.
You got the yolk that's all kind of mixed up. But yeah, I mean, smoked ham. It's got a little bit of enough of the old world in there to go with the smoke.
Everybody's frying turkeys.
All of these would work with fried turkey. Wow. Yeah, all of these, even the Russells.
Dude.
Even the Russells.
High five.
That's good stuff.
All right, so let's. Do you want to? You got anything else here? I wanted to wrap it with the Russells.
No, I mean we pretty much covered it all. I mean it's you got the style of the grape, what it is, where it came from.
These are wonderful.
The foods that it goes well with.
High quality and very affordable.
Yeah,
that's what I love.
And
I
some
know you do
other
that.
great red grapes. Just to touch on some other reds, because some people just prefer a fuller bodied red than this in general, and that's fine.
But I'll drink this.
Yeah, of course.
But I love big bold wine too.
So Cabernet Franc.
Love it.
Syrah.
Yes.
All of those are great with holiday meals, and
And then a cigar.
for the guys that are a little bit taller when they stand on their wallet, we've got some that fall into that category that are way north of $25.
Yeah, you've got some
if you want to
great
show
$100.
If you want to show up and show out, we've got the impulse buy shelves right there by the register where all the heavy hitters live. But we've got wines that will pair well with anything you can imagine at every price range, and we've got the best staff in town.
Yeah, you do. And you and Leslie are super knowledgeable with 100 years in the restaurant business and both sommeliers.
Between us, it's probably not far.
And Leslie's still running the wine program for our listeners at Bravo and doing a great job, because when you dive in there late in the afternoon and you want a glass of wine, it's fabulous. You got all kinds of wonderful picks, and a lot of those, or if not all of them,
that's delicious,
are at Briarwood Wine and Spirits. Because I was at Nate's 2 days ago, and Leslie put me on a new Tempranillo that she is that's in the wine rotation at Bravo. and Briarwood has it. Okay, as we wrap it up, Nate, and great, you did a super job. Thank you. We're going to continue to do this. I would like for you to, real quick on the way out, talk about the Russell's Reserve barrel pick that y'all have.
Sure.
Right.
We've got a few cases of it left. It's 8 years, 9 months. It has the standard flavor profile, nose, palate, all of that you would expect from Russell's. But there are some things about this one that make it very unique. And like we said in a previous segment, Bruce attributed that to it coming from a warehouse, Tyrone F, that is very seldomly pulled from for the barrel program because it had suffered some structural damage. It doesn't have as many barrels in it. They're in weird spots, so the airflow in there is different. The temperature varies in a way that's not consistent to them, and all of that affects the way that, you know, a whiskey comes out of the barrel. And that's the same mash bill as all of the wild turkeys, which is what makes what they do so interesting, is that they have a single mash bill, but the ages of them and how they treat them before they go to bottle is what makes them, you know, wild turkey, turkey 101, Russell's, rare breed, you know, all of that.
These won't last long. Perfect for you, a gift to yourself or a friend or family or a client.
Oh, 100%. 82 bucks, I think, is kind of where we're
beautiful.
at for a
Private
single barrel
selection.
private barrel select that's finite, right? Like once that's
Exactly.
gone,
This is
that
it.
booger's gone.
So you can find it at Briarwood Wine and Spirits. And thanks for hanging out with us on the Whiskey 61 edition on the Out of Bounds show. And Nate, you kicked ass. Thanks, dude.
It's gonna be regular, man. Let's get back to it.
Oh yeah, it's on. We were only 17 years ahead of the curve.
I know it.
And now we're gonna do this.
Get ready.
Bit. So
Get ready.
we're out. See
All
ya.
right.